Hey guys, we're live. Thank y'all for joining me. Thank y'all for joining me. This is going to be a quick live, I promise. It's really just one topic. It's a quick pop in. I had to go ahead and put this out tonight because, baby, I kind of been waiting on this. But as you guys can see on my description of my video here, Martell Holt has finally responded to Melody Shari'S live exposing his ABUs, taunts, and threats. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get into that because I know you guys want to know what's up with that. I also took the liberty of, hey, Rose, hey, Shirley Terry, thanks for being here. I also took the liberty rather to pull a specific video that corroborates this abuse that Melody has spoken about as well. Okay, so we're gonna get into that. I'm not gonna hold you guys long, okay? Because yeah, I'm tired and ready to get into bed, but I actually had to get this out there. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. So Melody is making her live rather is making its way across the social media streets. She's now on Neighborhood Talk. I'm going to show, let me go ahead and share my screen. And y'all pardon me not being on camera, okay? I'm already in pajamas, and you guys know I do not like to be on camera in my pajamas, okay? So thank you all for being here. I see you all here. I know we're gonna have a lot of people in the chat here soon, and when they see what this see what my description is, okay? Because they're gonna know what this damn response is. We're gonna get into it here in a second. Y'all know I don't always give my tea out at the beginning. All right, I'm gonna make you wait just a little bit. So let's get into it. As you guys can see, Melody Shari comments on harassment from her ex-husband, Martell Holt, recalls alleged incident where he punched her, pulled a pow, and threatened to end her life, saying that Love and Marriage Huntsville captured some abusive moments that never aired. So as you guys know, and I've said this before in my other videos, I feel that Kingdom Reign Entertainment, and I'm saying this on record, Carlos, I gotta call you out, okay? And let me go ahead and let me make sure my banner is up, because everything said in this video is alleged in my opinion. But Carlos, I got to call you out, sir. I got to call you out because I feel like you and your production company, Kingdom Reigns Entertainment, you have protected a lot of ABUs in in Martell Holt as related to this situation with Melody. I feel like you picked sides. I feel like you sat back and watched things happen. And let me tell you how I know that you've been doing that, because your cameraman, who used to work for Kingdom Reign Entertainment and who also put hands on his female companion, putting her in the hospital, almost ending her life with black eyes, busted lips, etc., etc. This girl was beat to a pulp. And Carlos and his production team, Carlos' company, kept this cameraman on payroll, you guys. Let me go ahead and put that out there for those of you that don't know. Okay? For those of you that don't know, Carlos King had a cameraman who worked for Kingdom Reign Entertainment, all right? And I think the last time that he actually worked for Carlos King was around the time that Kiki passed away. I think the last video that he may have filmed and or recorded under Kingdom Reigns Entertainment, if I'm not mistaken, is where they showed Kiki's memorial on Love and Marriage Huntsville, okay? Where they showed Kiki's memorial, where Tisha and them put like some type of memorial together, where they put the little candlelight things in the water. And they were memorializing Kiki on the show after she passed away. I think that's the last video that this said cameraman who worked with Kingdom Reign Entertainment. And even after he ABU'd this particular female, his girlfriend, his female companion, he still was allowed to work and receive a check under Kingdom Reign Entertainment. So this is the shit that be going on. Carlos have been also allowing Martell from season 1, 9 seasons of ABUs with Martell Holt. We saw it in Texas when they went to Texas and Martell was screaming in her face. The camera allowed this shit, Carlos, because he does have to approve these scenes for him to sit up and say, I don't watch the show. This is your show. So I highly doubt that you allow your production team to film something and not run it by you before it's aired on the show. Okay? We watched Martell when they were in Vegas, and we're going to look at that here in a second, where he ran up on Melody. He came into her room. Okay? You're not her husband anymore. She's made it clear she didn't want to be with you anymore, but you became violent when she turned you down. Rejection to a narcissistic individual is a very dangerous situation. Thank you, Tiffany Thomas, when she said he was throwing pillows and hitting her in the face. I feel like if he could have hit her in the face with something else and got away with it, he did it with the pillows because he knew that it would not leave a mark. You got to understand and recognize abuse when you see it and or know about it or hear it. Okay, this is a sad situation. I'm gonna go ahead and play this. Let's go ahead and play this from the Neighborhood Talk because they're posting it. It's all, I'm starting to see this video, and I'm happy that she's now speaking out. Because as I said yesterday, I had already said I feel like there was some physical abuse in this situation. And when Martell put that video out on Melody, trying to make it seem like she was abusing him, when she grabbed whatever it was and was trying to get her money back, he stole $17,000 from her and refused to give it back, and used a portion of that money on Ariane to buy her a car, which she don't even have anymore because it was repossessed. And according to what Melody Shari'S has announced on yesterday on her live, Ariane still does not have a car after 5 years. Look at how the Lord works. See, Martell, when you take money from your family and steal it from your ex-wife and put it on your side chick, you get cursed, and so does she. So let's get into what Melody Shari'S had to say right here, because she said a mouthful, and we're going to corroborate some of this shit here in a second.
What about the time when you punched me? What about that part? My address got released to the public by way of my children's father. So then I had to do a text. Hey, not sure if you're available or not, but this just happened. Is there any way, I'm afraid, is there any way that you can come to my house, sit out there? Like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm scared. Okay? That's how that happened. So in that whack-ass interview, are you sending my address because you sent a police report that had my address on it? But see, what you didn't do is show my report of that same day when you pulled that pow out on me and said that you would take me out, and you already thought about it and decided you would. You ain't show that side of the police report, boo-boo? Because I got it. I've been quiet for a long time. My people have seen it. So for all the women who be on here caping and capping, why don't y'all give them some help? You love them that much.
Talk about it.
Why don't you do that? Because y'all weak hoes. That's why.
Talk about it. And
if you think I'm talking to you, I'm talking to you. You want to show the report, the part of the report is, or the video of you recording me after you've done all this stupid shit to me, and now I'm on your ass. You want to show that, or you took my money that you weren't supposed to take, and then you want to pick up your phone and record. You want to show that part. You don't want to tell all the other stuff. What about the time when you punched me? What about that part? Because I still got receipts for that too. So what's up? I am not in any shape, form, or fashion, covering, providing cover, trying to make you this, that, or the other in no shape, form, or fashion. What about the time whenever we was in Vegas on vacation filming and you threw pillows at me, hitting me in the face with them, but they cut that out. They didn't air that. What about that? The footage is there. Why they didn't air that?
Again, Carlos King and Kingdom Reign Production covering up for Martell's abuse. And this is why he has spun so out of control and feels like he can get away with anything. This is why he spent the block at the courthouse after leaving and coming back to taunt her and do the things that he's been doing, because he feels that he's only going to get a slap on the wrist if it gets reported. Martell used to work in the Alabama jailing system as a jailer before he got fired for stealing ATMs with his uncle, who was also seen on Love and Marriage Huntsville. And he used Melody Shari'S to write up a paper to have him pardoned and charges not be filed against him so that he would not lose his teaching certification. Martell was a special education teacher, and Melody actually helped him get out of that situation and not serve the 10 years that he was facing, because y'all know that's fed. Anytime you do something bank related, that's fed time. Martell was facing 10 years in prison. He called out of work. And that is documented. I can pull that up right now. When he was working at Madison County Jail, Martell called into work sick that day because he was going to help his uncle steal ATMs. and they got caught. There was also a rental car that was rented for Martell to be a part of said crime. And he got arrested along with his uncle and taken right back to the same jail that he worked at and was fired. And he used Melody Shari and her sources in order to get him out of that situation. He's a user. He's an abuser. And we're going to call it out in this video. We can say allegedly. But I'm going to show you some things that why I really won't have to say alleged. Because it's right here in your face. This woman has said he punched her. Martell works out. I said it yesterday. Which means you don't really know your strength, especially if you're angry. You shouldn't be putting your hands on her anyway. So now this explains why this woman said that she used to get in her closet in the fetal position and cry. I knew it was more to it. But we always said when she's ready to tell her story, she will do so. My favorite thing to always say is you got to catch a bitch when they care. You better catch me when I care. And when you don't care no more, that's when you stop protecting a person like Martell. A narcissist will take you out. You know why? And the frame of mind that Martell is in, this is why he didn't want to get that psychiatric evaluation, because he knew something was there. This is why he held off from following the court order for so many months and years, because he knew something was there. He don't want custody of those kids. He don't want to lose custody, because then he loses access to the very person that he continuously want to hurt, destroy, and to, hey, her own words, take her out. Now, y'all remember a little bit back, I reported that Martell said he had a life insurance policy on Melody. So for Melody to say on her live that Martell said to her that he would take her out, that he already thought about it, now that explains why I said insurance policy was taken out. So you were planning to be on your first 48 bullshit, your I almost got away with it bullshit, and take out this woman for monetary gain, the mother of your 4 children, your 4 beautiful children, as you call it, Martell. Let's continue.
Why they didn't air? Give me something soft. Why they didn't air? Why they didn't air this right here? Stay right here. I don't want to hurt you. Let me get some soft. So I can give them an idea. Why they didn't air that? Because they definitely.
Shout out to Neighborhood Talk, fair use.
Air me throwing the glass at your ass. But why they didn't air whenever you in Vegas, whenever we was in there in that room, before everybody started running in from the pool, what's going on? What's going on? And we standing there in that room and he doing this right here, and this right here, and this right here to me with pillows. Why they didn't air that? See what I'm talking about? So don't ask me no more why I'm not going back to shit. Don't ask me. Do not ask me. Do not ask her about that. I'm interested in financing my own abuse.
She said, I'm not interested in financing my own abuse. She's done it for years. When a motherfucker takes $17,000 from you and wait till you turn up and taunt you and wait for you to turn up so he can press record and show the world that you are the aggressor when it's really him, that's a dangerous individual. Because what is my reaction supposed to be when you know I have 4 children to take care of and your monkey ass don't motherfucking take or pay any type of child support? You not buying clothes for them. You're not getting your son's haircut. You're not able to provide food, at which she talked about that on the show when she exposed him and he got mad. Why you got to tell all that? Because it needs to be told, because you're running around here acting like you handling your business with your kids and you're not. So why is it on your week she got to bring food to your house when you're asking for shared custody of your children? What are they supposed to eat when they're in your custody? She should be able to live her life and do what she wants to do on her week with the kids. But you want to be 1 week on, 1 week off, and the kids sitting up over there with white shit around their mouth like they've been eating powdered donuts all motherfucking day, while you are trying to go to their school every day to eat so your ass can eat. It's all appearances when it comes to Martell Holt. Martell Holt is scrambling because his reputation is now trash. He is trying to pay Melody Shari back because by her divorcing him and leaving him, it exposed him. How about take some of that same energy when you want to spin the block on somebody? Spin the block on that. Spin the block. Let me get something you can spin the block on. Spin the block on those business, like those builder's license. Spin the block on that. Because you failed that mug like 4 times. Teacher. See, while you and Ariane over there planning and plotting, because we know you must have some serious, what they call it, comprehension issues, where you read the shit, but it don't comprehend and connect. Because how do you fail an open book test 4 times when the motherfucking answer's staring you in the face? But see, you got time to be sitting at a courthouse taunting someone and yelling out the window like a little old biatch. Fix your face and fix your hair. Nigga, fix your credit. Fix your attitude. Adjust your attitude so you can grow up and be a grown-ass man, something that your kids can look at and be proud of versus not want to come to your house on their week because they know you're going to be on that bullshit. Let's continue.
Okay. To get back to where I was walking, they had to drive all the way around, come back to come where I am to let their window down to do this.
Oh, I'm not talking to you.
Oh, I thought you were. Who are you talking to? That's me. Who are you talking to?
No, I said both of them.
Both of y'all. Who is both of y'all?
You and your man, Jason. You and your man, your boyfriend.
Oh, okay.
Jason, your boyfriend.
Okay, so now you're trying to tell me who my man is. But first of all, if it was, why would you be concerned? Like, you in the whole car with a whole supposed to be my man. Like, I don't understand how you could sit there and think that it's okay for a man that you call your man to be pressed about their ex. This 5 years an ex. Okay? That's why I said, boo, you slow. Because ain't no way. Now, here we go. I'm going to play it one more time. Here, do it, Canadians. Here we go. Drove back around to where I am.
That's too much time.
Get your hair at the same time. Don't look at me like that. It's over with now.
Who are
you? It's over with now. Both y'all. Oh, I'm not talking to you.
Oh, I thought you were. Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to?
No, I said it's over with now.
Both of y'all. Who is both of y'all?
You and your man, Jason. You and your man, your boyfriend.
Oh, okay.
Jason, your boyfriend.
And I'm like, I'm so calm. I'm like, who are you talking to? Who? Because he just told me something crazy.
Okay, we stop it because you guys saw this yesterday. I don't want to run you down too much on this. We already know Ariane was sitting on the passenger seat looking at this exchange where Martell is so hard pressed about Melody being there with her security guard, Jason, doing his job. His job is to secure her and to make sure no harm is brought to her while she's going to the courthouse to have a hearing with this stupid ass fool that she married. Okay. And Martell knew exactly what he was doing. Y'all know Martell proposed to Melody on her graduation day from college. He knew exactly what he was doing. He knew he had to tie her down. He knew that he had to go ahead and put his hooks in her because he knew his future was very, very bleak, honey. He didn't have shit going on. So had he not married Melody, he would have a life of crime like his damn brother. He would be sitting in prison just like his brother. Mind you, this is the same person that was trying to steal ATMs. Okay? This is the same person that Melody Shari'S said dropped out of college, and she paid her money to get him back in there because it was too hard and he was failing. Okay, this is the same person that used to stand up there beside her when she would do her speeches and take up and soak up all of her clout when she was doing all the talking, as she did when she pitched Love and Marriage Huntsville. Because Carlos also said Martell just sat there, just, kind of looking back and forth at Melody and Carlos while Melody was doing all the talking, pitching the show. But he always liked to say, I retired you from teaching. How? And how is it you're still broke if you had a business, a lawn care business? Why are you not doing that again, Martell, so that you can take care of yourself and your children and stop having to move every few months because you can't pay the rent? Why is that? All right, but let's move on. Now, the particular scene that Melody was just talking about where Martell was throwing pillows and hitting her in the face, I said if he could have threw something else and hit her, he would have done that. But, throwing pillows, that's not going to leave marks. So it's kind of going to be, it's the game of your word against mine. You can't prove it. So we already know Melody said it was not shown on the show because production cut it out. Why did they do that? But then they turned around and showed when Martell brought up Ariane in her face at Nell and Chris Fletcher's house when Melody threw the glass at him. So why is it y'all show when Melody threw a glass at him, but he's throwing things and assaulting her and it gets covered up and or chopped from the show? Why is that? All right, so let's get into this. Fair use. This is the scene. And let me go ahead and share. And I'm just going to show just a part. We're going to show it all. But I just need to show you guys. Let me take this down. Thank you guys all for your comments. All right. I see you. I appreciate you all for being here. 597 in the building. Thank y'all. I know y'all here trying to see that good old receipt of what Martell's response was. I know this body over here. Hit the like button. Miles, what my likes looking like? What my likes looking like? Let me know. All right. So let's get into this. Okay. Y'all know I got to do my commentary around this bullshit. All right, so this is the scene in Vegas where Martell goes to Melody's room. First violation. Why are you at her room? You are invading her privacy, her space. You were outside just now, sitting outside with the rest of the cast. You go and knock on her door to invade her privacy to abuse her and taunt her. And when she rejects your advances, then you turn into this monster. Let's get into it. Shout out to, let's go. And if I got to edit it out, so here we go. As soon as accountability has to be made, Martell just wants to apologize and leave. Martell wants to apologize and end of story. Martell wants to apologize and conversation over. No one else gets to speak, but as soon as she lets him know, you were wrong, something is wrong with you and you got to get help. He don't want to hear that because you know why? Broke people don't want to be fixed when they on their bullshit. Martell knows he's broken. Martell knows he's got problems. He knows that he has issues, but he don't want to fix those issues because he enjoys being broken. Just like he told Marceau, I'm on whatever time you're on. If somebody say something to me, I'm definitely going to say something back to them. Why not take the high road and be an adult about this situation, especially when it comes to your ex-wife? Why is it that there's always tension between the two and you always got to have the last word, and when somebody try to tell you about yourself, all of a sudden you want to blow up or walk out like the conversation is over? So she got to sit and listen to what you got to say. I thought you came to apologize. Where's that apology? Where's that apology? All of a sudden when she tell you something wrong with you, oh, you got to go. Still ain't heard the apology. Great. Because why did you go to the courts, Martell, and ask the court for child support and spousal support, knowing you weren't paying anything to help this girl out after those 4 children were left for her to take care of? Let's remember, he took $17,000 and was not paying anything because he was trying to get back at Melody. She was running all over the place, getting jobs, gigs, whatever she could to pay the bills. You kept her children's furniture and made her sleep on the floor on blow-up mattresses with her children so she could start over and have peace. You knew her kids didn't have beds to sleep in. So how do you climb in your bed at night and be comfortable knowing that these kids have no place to sleep? But you want her to do well. Wanting her to do well also means your children. Also means your children having peace of mind. Boom. We see it. Do we see it? Why are you walking up on a female? I don't care what she say. It's a conversation, 2 people talking. You say your shit, she say hers. Why are you walking up on her aggressively as a man? She triggered you when she said you out here with your side chick when that's really what you're doing. Did we forget he got a whole baby out there? Would have had 3 if she didn't get rid of the other 2. Let's talk about this. So she's supposed to be quiet and just let you just blaze on her with your conversation, and she don't get to speak. But as soon as she tell you about yourself and speak reality, now you want to storm in the room like you about to put hands on her. You guys see Marceau jumping out of the pool. Now, this is the second time that Marceau has had to insert himself. We also saw this on the reunion for Love and Marriage Huntsville when it was brought to everyone's attention that Miss Van reached out to Marceau to say, Marceau, get over there now. This was when Melody found out about Ariane, when all the shit hit the fan, where she found out that Ariane was pregnant, Y'all know the whole story. I don't want to go back into it. Miss Van reached out to Marceau to say, hey, get over there. I don't know what Martell will do. So obviously he's shown some type of dangerous behaviors before. See, we didn't understand it then, but now that she's speaking and said, hey, he pulled a pow on me. He said, I've been thinking about taking you out for quite some time now. So Marcel knows when he hear that voice escalating, he already know the capabilities that Martell will do. He knows what Martell will do, how far he will go, and how quickly he will snap. So while he's out there trying to enjoy his Vegas vacation with his wife, with his family, he got to interrupt his relaxation to go in there and grab a grown-ass man so he don't put hands on his ex-wife. Destiny, let me talk to you. Miss Advocating for DV. Miss Martell is my best friend. And y'all pardon me for yelling because this shit is just beyond. How do you start a Destiny's Law ABU's foundation when you too, Destiny, were also allegedly an abuser towards your ex? Now I see the connection between you and Martell because y'all have the same attitude, the same demeanor, the same disposition. Yeah, you do. This is why you protect him. When he blow up, a grown-ass woman got to hold your arm back so you don't snap off and put hands on somebody. Look at Marceau. Marceau is not security. Carlos King has security for his shows. Do y'all know that? Carlos King has security for his show. So why are cast members having to act in the capacity of security for a grown-ass man who cannot control his anger? Let's continue. Destiny, I have a problem with someone who's seen this situation from day one. You know what Martell is capable of because you were just holding his arm. Okay? So when you and Melody fell out, even though you were not the best of friends, when I see you in St. Thomas jumping up to fight someone because she checked you about a side bitch who ruined her marriage, and you are talking about some, oh, I was going to put on all black and go over there and do it. But you are a DV survivor, an advocator. You were going to put on all black like the Omen, like Lil' Kim said, and roll up on a side piece that Martell was running around with and impregnated, that you now run around with and that you're friends with and allow your son to play with. You knew Melody's story. For a woman who's gone through intense DV, as you said you went through in your marriage, Destiny, when you see said situations like this, it's going to trigger you, not zone out. That's not what a DVer does. A person who's been through extensive DV, as Destiny says she went through, because I'm about to uncover some lies here. A person who's been through that magnitude of DV, you're not going to zone out. It's going to be triggering for you. You should be in the mindset of being a support system to this person that you called a friend. Which leads me to believe that at some point in time, you must have also been a side piece, because why is it that you weren't at Melody's wedding? Why is it that you were never introduced to Melody prior to this situation? You weren't at their wedding, but Martell said he knew you since high school. So why weren't you there? Why didn't you get introduced until LeBaric was in the picture? Why is it that Melody said she didn't even know who you were until you got married to LeBaric? So it's given that Martell was keeping you at bay until he saw that you were in a secure situation so that your cover wasn't blown. Look at that face. You can't tell me that a psychological evaluation ain't needed. That's why I chose this thumbnail. This is exactly why I chose this thumbnail. Look at his face. Look at the venom. Look at his mouth. Look at the veins in his neck. If he could have jumped over that bar, look at his eyes. He's clearly clocked out. I believe Melody when she says that he told her, I already thought about taking you out. That's why he went and got the pow. He could have very easily told the police it was an accident. We were arguing and it went off. Just like he lied when he said that Melody threw a knife at him. And the position of the knife in the wall was not conducive to a person of her height throwing it at him and it landing in the wall the way that it did. So that was a lie. So it's given that you tried to set up a scene, Martell. Let's talk about it. You tried to set up a scene to make it look like Melody Shari was being aggressive towards you. Maybe that was going to be the day that there was going to be an accident by way of pow pow and you collect on your insurance policy? What you saying hypothetically? I had to pause it right here so you guys can see this face, this venom, his mouth. This is hatred on his face. Look at the vein. Y'all see that, women? You better recognize the sign of abuse. You better recognize the sign of abuse. If that ain't a red flag, I don't know what it is. You ain't got to know your fucking colors to know that's a red flag. Let's continue. You see this face? This is not the face of an AB user or a person who's received AB use. To be in this particular situation with this amount of screaming, Martell's veins popping out of his neck, Melody saying what she said to him, you standing in between the situation and you're just as calm for someone that says that they went through extensive AB use, that they could not sleep at night, and they didn't know if they were going to live or be unalived. This is not the face of that. I'm sorry. You don't look triggered right here. And that's a very tense moment. It's given, I want y'all to go ahead and fight and get this shit over with because I'm ready to go get back in the pool. That's what it gives me. I should have said something about you and your side chick. He says, Melody, you've been a side chick to 2 dudes already. So notice anytime she called him out about his infidelities, it's always magnified with Martell. It's always magnified with Martell. I'm going to tell you this. If she did cheat, we don't have no receipts. And I'm not saying cheating is right. If she cheated, it's wrong. But we don't have receipts of that. Martell, we have a whole live human being as a receipt on you. And that's what we do have. And that's why you're divorced. And that's why you can't get over that shit, because you were hoping that she would do the same thing that everybody else was doing on the show. Stay with you. To cover you and your bullshit. That's not love if a person is made to stay in a situation of AB use just to cover your mess and to keep people from knowing what's going on in your house. So she was supposed to stay with you, take care of this side baby and this side chick while she's driving a car that she paid for unbeknownst to her because you're trying to finance 2 houses. And let's not forget that Melody has already said in interviews that Ariane is not the only one that he was cheating with. Let's not forget about the girl in DC that was saying that she wanted to have a baby, that Martell left $5,000 on the dresser after an intimate moment. But then you're mad at your ex-wife and saying on national television that you are not getting any fellatio in your house. I wouldn't either. So the expectancy is that your ex-wife give you fellatio when she knows that you're stepping out unprotected, obviously, if Ariane was pregnant 3 times by you. Now we know Ariane have trains ran on her. That means she got several pieces of meat up and through her. So if she ain't wearing no protection with you, then she damn sure probably ain't wearing it with somebody else. And let's not forget that this season on Love and Marriage Huntsville, that Ken's best friend that's on the show also says that he knew of Ariane and she was coming to his house as well. So it seems that Ariane is a pass around, as Marceau called her. But that made Martell upset. Thank you, Sonny from Love and Marriage Huntsville, for also verifying that there was also that there was almost a physical altercation on set when it was mentioned that Ariane had trains ran on her as well. So that was verified by a whole producer on the show. But you mad because your ex-wife won't go down on you and please you when you pleasing the whole goddamn country. What kind of shit is this, y'all? Let's continue. Let's continue. All right. Whoo, child, this is deep. This is deep. This is deep, Lord. Women, protect yourself. Protect yourself from men like Martell. Narcissistic, dangerous, nasty individuals that will have you up in the clinic while you trying to be a wife and be faithful to these motherfuckers who have no self respect for themselves, let alone you. Yeah, the whole country. Didn't he have somebody in Texas? Didn't he invite a woman in Texas on camera, sneaking in the house? That's a dangerous individual. That's a dangerous individual. Let's not forget that Ariane is the first person. While you talking about Martell, you gonna go sue somebody? We get ready to be done, Maz. I see you guys saying that we need a jam session. We get ready to be done here because I'm gonna show this receipt and we're gonna go. I'm ready to get up off here because I'm in yellow, child. Shout out to the 778 watching me. Let's not forget Ariane was the very first person to bring to light that Martell like and or mess with men. I didn't say it. Ariane said it. And I ain't even got to say allegedly. Ariane said it. She said, if you want to be with my baby daddy, hit him in the DMs. So that means she don't give a fuck who he's with. She said it. So why was it a surprise when Tisha said on Messy Monday, Martell, that since you were in, that Martell been liking boys since college? Did she not say it? All of a sudden now I'm suing you, Tisha. Yeah, I'm suing. What you suing for? I mean, weren't you at the Pride Parade in Atlanta? Weren't you all up in Sheree Whitfield's assistant's face? And his wrist real broke. His wrist real broke. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You be friends with who you want to be friends with. But you had such a problem with Melody's brother Marcus, which is the uncle of your children. But you all down there in Atlanta, down there twirling in the club with them tight ass pants on, all up in Shari'S. Yeah. Don't make me pull the motherfucking receipt because I do have it. Down there twirling and voguing in the club with that tight ass shirt with only 3 buttons that can be buttoned on that bitch, and them tight ass nut huggers you had on, all up in Sheree Whitfield's assistant's face, and his wrist is real broke, girl. Oh, it's real broke. It was given, hey girl, and another snap on it. Call me a liar, and I sure will put the receipt up there. I really hope you do, because I'm anxious to put it up there. Do not make me dig through my petty vault and pull that shit up, because I don't delete shit. Let's get into this receipt, all right? Let's get into this damn receipt. Let me make sure I uploaded it, too. Hold up. Let me make sure it's in my shit. And I got to give a shout out to the person that he reached out to, the Messy Betty. I like her, but Martell uses this person to put his bullshit out. Now, I get it. She got to get her bag just like everybody else. But, bitch, when I saw this, I said, I know the fuck he did not do that. Y'all know he like to reach out to the bloggers that have a lot of subscribers. That's in the high numbers to put his shit out there. He did the same thing when all this came out about him AB using Tank. And with the Revenge Peace situation. Where did he go? To none other than shout out to Tasha K. Shout out Tasha K. He went straight to Tasha K. This is Risa. This is what he does. Because Martell, before I put the receipt up there, did you or did you not, when the Revenge Peace situation came out? Let me show you how much of a liar and manipulator he is. When the Revenge Peace situation came out, Martell, you got Ariane's, I want to say, relative cousin, best friend, who is supposed to be your assistant or something to that nature, which is your favorite thing to say, to do a statement for you, to say that everything about what he's being charged for is a lie and he will be vindicated in so many words, it's not verbatim, only for you to plead guilty in court and to then go and ask for a jury trial. And then before the trial, you got scared, knowing that you were going to get that good old jail time, and then go and plead to a lesser charge. So why your assistant didn't put out another statement after you pled guilty and was charged for DV? Why is that? Why we heard no statement? But you ran your ass up over there to Tasha K to put out a lie, another lie, Because Melody said she got receipts. There's a whole police report where you pulled a pow on her. That's documented. Do you know bloggers can go and pull the police report? So you're running to Tasha K to give yet another lie, still trying to, it's like he's trying to keep his head above water at this point because he know his ass is caught. He was not expecting Melody's live to hit every motherfucking blog. So he's still trying to save face and image. Because, bitch, I know if you hit your son and drew blood from him, every motherfucking thing she said on her live, you did that shit. I don't need to see no police report. The video I just showed you in Vegas shows me the level of aggression that this woman received the entire marriage. I don't know how she stayed with you for 12 years. Especially if she said you were not pleasing her in the bedroom. That's another thing. Because, bitch, I'd have been gone. I'd have been gone. I would have been gone. Okay? But let's go ahead and get into this damn receipt. Shout out Tasha K. I hate that she entertained his ass. This is what Martell just had to say. This Martell Holt, you see, it's verified. There's a text message, a conversation. So not sure what was said up here in white, but right here it says, really? Martell says, laughing my ass off, anything to sell those products. Now he's trying to deflect. Because y'all know on Melody's Live, that's what she's on there for. So she could talk about other things, but ultimately she has to talk about her products to sell them, or they were in her TikTok Live, okay? Here you go. Laughing my ass off, anything to sell those products. If I would have did any of those things, I'd be under the jail. She's mad because I only had to pay a $300 fine. Y'all notice what he had to pay in addition to with the Revenge P case. Y'all know that, right? He got a little slap on the wrist. He had to pay a fine. That was nothing. He goes on to say, she wore her Sunday's best thinking that I was going to jail over a weak-ass text message. Obviously, the courts didn't think it was weak because they found you guilty. Goes on to say, you saw who the AB user was with all those videos I shared with you. Y'all know he gave Tasha K those videos where he and Melody were in the garage. This is what he's talking about. When Melody snapped off on him and had the lighter fluid and was putting it on that same gray couch that his ass was sitting on the show. Sitting in there with kerosene all over the motherfucking place. The fumes everywhere. The nigga still didn't go and get no more furniture. He was sitting on kerosene's dripped out furniture on the show. So he don't talk about why Melody was popping off on his ass. She was popping off because you took her $17,000 and ran and bought Ariane a motherfucking BMW and refused to give her money back. So when she snapped off on your ass, then you hit record and you gave those videos to Tasha K, which then it got leaked to the blogs, which I feel like he was behind that as well. In an effort to ruin her reputation because he knew his was already trash. His was trash after everybody found out he cheated on Melody and she filed for divorce and left him. And he couldn't pass the bill. It's like everything was coming out. Every week something about Martell was coming out. He was drowning. He was mad because his reputation was fucked up. His wine wasn't selling. He tried to revive that. Boom, that's gone still. He didn't have the money for a distributor. So every single solitary business that he's tried to do has failed. You know why? Because the person that was actually running the businesses, now that we know, was Melody Shari'S. Martell's not business-minded. But this is what he had to say. I'll read it one more time, then we're going to go. So whatever was said before that, obviously is cut off, but you guys can see this conversation is from Martell Holt to Tasha K. Again, shout out to her, because I just happened to be scrolling and I saw this. I said, I know this bitch did not. He says, really? Because I'm sure he's seen all of these videos popping up all over social media. It's on every platform almost now. Okay? It's on every platform just about now. Martell says, laughing my ass off. Anything to sell those products, though. From my understanding, all of her stuff had been selling out. If you guys if you guys have been on her lives, she said it plenty of times. Oh, we're totally out of this product right here. We're out of this product. So she's been selling out of her products. I don't know where that came from. So he goes on to say, if I would have did any of those things, I'd be under the jail. She's mad because I only had to pay $300 fine. Why would that be mad? Why would she be mad of you paying a $300 fine? She ain't paying the shit. It ain't coming out of her pocket. I'm pretty sure you didn't eat that week either. That $300, I'm sure set you back, nigga. You couldn't even get a 2-piece at Popeyes after that $300 fine. I'm pretty sure. We know Ariana ain't selling no clothes over there. We know she ain't selling no clothes. So I'm sure that $300 set you way back. Your rent probably got behind that shit. Continuing on, she wore her Sunday's best. So that means you were checking her out. Oh, you checking her out. Thinking I was going to jail over a weak-ass text message. You thought you were going too. That's why you played different. Usher said, if you're going to tell it all. You saw who the AB user was with all those videos that I shared with you. So now it's, let me take your mind off of what Melody is saying with, I put a pow on her and that I've been contemplating taking her out. And go back, put your mind back on the videos that I sent to you about her. That's how a narc's mind works. Don't think about the shit I did, but think about what they did to me. Not even thinking about what you did to trigger said behavior. That could be reactive abuse a little bit. Okay. Shout out to Uppity Unicorn. Yeah. That's what it gives. What do y'all think about that? This is Martell's response to Melody Shari'S doing her live, calling him out, exposing him, and finally telling her story. And I'm pretty sure it's so much more. Am I shocked that happened, that he pulled a pow? And no, I'm not shocked. Will I be shocked if anything else comes out? Probably not, because that's in his nature. But you see people like drunk ass Marlene, his mama, who ain't did shit with him, get on national television and protect him and say, oh, yeah, it's her, it's Melody. How? Your son would be no one without Melody. Your son would be serving 10 years if Melody did not use her sources to keep his motherfucking ass out of jail for stealing ATMs. Why you didn't write a letter, Marlene? Why didn't you put the broom and the mop down, Miss Janitor, and go write a letter to your sources to get your son up out that bullshit? He probably would have got 20 years if you would have wrote it. He was only facing 10. He probably got 20 years if you went down there and wrote a letter. Because you seem to be just as slow as he is. And I don't like to talk about people's mama like that. But Marlene, baby, you are an enabler. You and that party all the time wig that your ass keep popping up on Love and Marriage Huntsville wearing. Miss 99 bottles of beer on the wall, Marlene. You are an enabler to Martell. Because I find it very weird that you didn't have a problem with Melody Shari'S until she left your son and your lifestyle changed. Oh, yeah. Well, we're moving on down. Yeah, you moved right on down, didn't you? From that deluxe apartment in the sky to that one-bedroom apartment in there with that love seat. Where the cameraman got to film through the motherfucking window because ain't no space in that bitch. That. We heard you on the show say, oh, yeah, I miss the old life that you used to have. Let me say it in your voice, Marlene. Y'all know I'm good with imitations. I miss the old life that you used to have. Your old family. I miss the old family that you used to have, Martell. Ain't that what you said? Get in here, Marlene. Get in here. Yeah, I miss the old life that you used to have, Martell, when you was married over there to Melody. You and them beautiful kids. I bet you do. You were getting free breakfast and all that. She was filling up your Escalade over there. You driving a big ass Escalade. Like, what the fuck? Who drives Escalade anymore? Oh, my boy. Why she do my boy like that? Why she go down there and press charges on you like that when she know you ain't do nothing? She about to kill my boy over there. She about made my boy work to death over there. Oh, she about took my boy out. My boy. Ain't it what you said, Marlene? Yeah, I just wish all this stuff, I don't know. But, in the beginning, I really didn't like the situation with you and that girl. That's what she called Ariana, that girl. I ain't like that situation with that girl, but, I'm trying to get used to it or whatever, That's your new family. I guess I just have to get used to it. But I miss the old family that you used to have. Oh, that's Marlene, honey. I bet you do. I bet you do. You sashayed up in there with them same old Easter shoes your ass was wearing at that same, yeah. With that same scene where Melody gave you that good old free breakfast where you was eating like it was the Last Supper. Where you dropping grits and shit all in your lap. That episode, I ain't forget. Because I don't forget shit. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Ooh, ain't shit sometimes. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Melody was like a daughter to me. Oh, Melody was like a daughter to me. I guess I can get used to the peasant now. I guess since you done fucked up our life like this, Martell, that I guess I can just, get used to this new bitch that you done brought up in here with this badass child. Done tore my damn curtains down up in here. You know this is a Section 6 apartment, bitch. He done tore my motherfucking drapes down in here with his wild ass. My bud, my bud. My bud, my bud. Yeah, please come and get your boy. Please come and get your boy. Yeah, baby, she had them grits in her lap, baby. She was eating so hard, them grits in her lap, baby. Bitch, she was so hungry, she was eating the bacon out her teeth. I said, damn. Bitch, you supposed to get the Q-tip after. Not the Q-tip, but the, what's the thing? The toothpick after you eat. The bitch had a fork in one hand and a toothpick in the other. She was making sure she got all that food. She was picking the bacon out her teeth. She was like, hell no. I don't know when I'm gonna eat like this again. One hand she was scooping that food up and putting it in her mouth. And the other hand, she was picking it out her teeth and swallowing it. Oh, yeah. It was like that. I said, hot damn. When last time you ate? My boy. Let's get out of here, y'all. I had to do Marlene one good time because, baby, you the reason, Marlene. I blame you. I blame you, Marlene, okay? Because your sons ain't shit, and I got to put that plural on it. Both of them hoes ain't shit. I said it right here on my show. All right. But we're going to get on out of here. I'm glad y'all got a nice little gag behind this. I had to lighten it up, honey. I had to lighten the mood because this shit got a little deep. All right. I don't like to end my show with it being that deep like that. I'll give y'all a good little laugh so we can get on out of here. All right. You said I did that. But thank y'all so much. And thank you, Tasha K, honey, for having this conversation with Martell. Because we had to go on and put that shit out there. With a nigga still out here lying when he know his ass did all the shit that Melody said he did. All right. So let's get on out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like it up. All right. Please don't forget to like the video, share the video. All right. Tell a friend, and get on over here, honey. And subscribe to this channel. Let me go ahead and thank my good mods, my top flight mods for coming on up in here and doing the damn thing. Scorpion Miss, thank you, Sweet Essence, Rose Armstead, True TV Podcast, KBR, and Tyra. Okay, and thank you to all the content creators. I know it's probably a bunch of them in here. Y'all know when I get to talking, I'm not looking at the chat. I can't because it throws me off. But I'm gonna just say all the content creators that stop by this live to support, okay, and get to you. It's okay. I don't mind. Thank y'all so much for being here and supporting. All right. Please don't forget, everyone, please tap that like to support this video. All right. Until the next video, which will be tomorrow, I promise. All right. Unless there's breaking news. I'm gonna try not to come back on here tonight. Yeah, that's all I got for you. Until the next video. Let me go and get the music, honey, so we can get out of here. And bye.